What is cracking, guys? In this one I'm going to be replacing the stock rear indicators on my Softail Street Bob, and I'm going to install these Wunderkind brand 3-in-1 LED indicators. These ones look a hell of a lot more sleek than these Shrek ears, so let's get them installed. So the first thing to do is to remove the seat, because I'm going to loosen off the rear fender, which will need to be propped up so I can get access to the bolts to the indicators. Alrighty, so I couldn't get my camera up and under the fender, but just about there's two more Torx bolts which you need to put your arm up and underneath the fender and loosen them, and that will just loosen the fender so you can pivot it up. And you just got to be very careful because you don't want to scratch your fender. So this is the difference in size between the stock ones and the Wunderkind brand ones. Massive difference. So when you remove the stock indicators, you'll see that there's a cutout there in the fender strut, and these Wunderkind brand indicators fit in nicely in that cutout where it's not going to be noticeable. So all I've got to do is install an Allen head bolt in the back there. I'm going to apply some Loctite to the bolt and then bolt it on. So the cool thing with these LED indicators is the connectors it also comes with. So you stick your wiring through each side of the connector, and in the middle it's got some solder there. So you just apply some heat with a heat gun to the center there and it will melt over your wires. So let's get that done. Alrighty, so that's the indicators installed. Now I'm just going to use a bit of this scratch remover for where the rear fender rubbed on the fender strut and caused a couple of little scratches, so I'll just polish them out. Alrighty, so that's the Wunderkind indicators installed. I will say they look a hell of a lot better than those Shrek ears, being the stock ones I had on the bike. Let me know in the comments what you think. I will say, if you are going to install aftermarket indicators on your Softail, just be careful when you lift the fender up and down that it doesn't scratch on those fender struts. If I wasn't as careful as I was, I would have got a hell of a lot more scratches than what I did. I did get a couple of little scratches which I found were able to be polished out, but that's just another thing to be mindful of. Also, if you go with the Wunderkind indicators, those little connectors that they provide you with, I found that when I was using a heat gun on them, the plastic covering over the wiring was melting before the solder was in those little connectors. So that's another thing to be careful of. Anyway, I'm going to show you a comparison between the stock indicators and the Wunderkind indicators in daylight and in the dark. and voila, that's what they look like.
Nice.
Thanks very much for watching, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one.